Okay, everyone, welcome back to Sabado Sessions podcast. We're your hosts, Joey, Durance, and Espin. We're going to continue on with our previews of the women's weight classes for the Nationals 2023, British 2023, whichever you like to call it. We're going to continue on. We finished off with the 57s last time. We're going to continue on with the 63s, and then obviously the consecutive weight classes after it. So 63s. Durance, you want to kick us off here, bro?
Man, why do you always put me on the spot on the kicking off, bruv? Oh, okay.
Because
What
you're
do
the
we
man.
have here on the 63? 63. Let's recap first, right? 63. What's Tosh's international qualify? What is it?
480.
480. Joy Namani smashed that already, right? So she moved up to the 63. And again, if I
She's
want to
gone
pick a
up.
winner here, gone.
She's gone up.
Yeah, she's gone up. She's gonna have a weight class. So I'm sure probably she just want to be sensible like because it's a week away from Sheffield. So at the same time as well, Joy's name is on the list. Whether she's gonna do it or not, no one knows. I haven't not spoken to her. I don't know, Joey, if you've spoken to her. I don't know because you guys are coached by the same coach.
I
So
have not, no.
so the name is there. We don't know if she's gonna compete, but let's assume that she's coming for it because bear in mind, this is only a week away from Sheffield. That's where the bread is. So if Joy turned up at the British as a 63, I'm going to give her my number one spot in terms of winning it. Would she win it with 480? I don't think she'll push herself to that point where breaking that 480, potentially getting a world invite, regardless of what happens here. Joy's still going to be the first name into Tosh's list when he makes his Martha's team, no matter 63 or 57, because she has proven she's a legend there. So give Joy the winning there for me as a warm up for Sheffield for her. And second, I'll go for Charlotte. Watch Charlotte and Makeda at the Commonwealth. They were both amazing, tremendous. Unfortunately, these ladies got beaten. They came second and third with the exact same total as the nomination is saying. The reason I'm giving Charlotte my second is I watch her at the Commonwealth, her attempt selection, she missed like 2 or 3 attempts there that she could probably been sensible and get that. Again, at the Commonwealth, she was against a champion. She wanted to win a championship. That's why that deadlift choice was like that at the end. So I know people will probably say, why did she miss 190, 195, 190, and she's gone 195.5? It's for the title, mate. When you're winning a championship, you do shit like that. That's a normal thing. So, do
Joey
I believe
wouldn't know though.
Makeda?
So.
Do I believe Makeda she has got what it takes for that second spot? Yes, of course she has. She has got what she takes for the second spot. At the moment, the only reason I'm putting Charlotte on that second spot is because of that deadlift. I still believe she will get a sensible attempt and get her over the line. But both of them will have a great battle, and I can't wait for it. But let me just give a shout out on that 63. There's Melissa Exeter as well that moved from the 57 to the 63. So Melissa is just filling the 63, and she has the biggest bench in the UK as a lighter lady. You know, anyone that has a bigger bench than Melissa, come and raise your hand and tell me who you are. But as a 57 and a 63, no one can bench like this girl. This girl can bench for days. So I expect that bench to be even pushed. I wouldn't be surprised if Melissa is pressing at 125 or 127 at this British. But I know Melissa will probably slap me on this one if she sees me. Why didn't I put her on the top 3? Is because I know there's a lot of external factors going on around her life. She's just doing her PhD and all the other stuff. So I don't think Melissa is actually taking this serious. If she does take the 63 serious, and I'm talking about, yeah, next year probably she'll be my number one pick. But yeah, that's mine there.
Yeah,
Question.
Yeah, go on.
Quick question. Is Joy going to be, do you guys know if Joy's only going to go up a weight class because of Sheffield and then go back to normal? Or is she looking to progress and stay at this new weight class?
I think, you know, if I have to hazard a guess, that would be what she has to do. Because obviously, in order for her to gain the accolades and, you know, get the prize money, she needs to do it as a 57. like breaking X world record for like the deadlift, the total, and everything else. So she can't be over. So potentially she is doing it as a 63, but potentially a very light 63. So she's probably just gonna be like just a little bit over 57 or 58 at most, just to keep her within, striking range of getting the cut down to 57. If she is sitting heavy at all, I'm actually not that well versed into the ins and outs of where
It'll be
she's at
interesting to
right
see
now.
what she does, though. To be fair,
Yeah. But in terms of the numbers, though, like I mean, if she's not stressed out, like if weight isn't going to be like a factor here, then I don't see her. I don't see her like not going for more than 480, uh, which is contrary to what Durant said. I mean, she could go for 490, and then that could be like her last heavies, which is quite quite a sight to see. But on the other note, though, I know she's a 57 going up to 63s, but a bunch of people on the 63 list have actually done and followed suit as well. Like Melissa Hexter, even Ruth Salyu, she was a 57, she's moved to 63s. I just want to give a shout out to them because they used to be 57s. They're going to fill up a weight class, and so you don't these numbers that they're putting up could not even be their true potential as of yet. Like even with Joy, like she could probably find it easier just because there's less stresses to get in her way. But in terms of picks, yeah, I'm gonna agree with Durance. Like Joy is, she's pretty much discombobulated everyone else in the 63s right now from her going up a weight class. Like people must have thought like, oh yeah, she's gonna do 57s again. So boom, I'm gonna be XYZ 1, 2, 3 placings. But now that that's done, she's on the list. She's doing 63, so it's all down to like who's going to be second and third. Like Duran said, Makeda and Charlotte are like are pretty much just neck and neck right now. Both did Commonwealths at the same time. Both totaled the same. One was just slightly lighter than the other. If I had to give my pick, I would actually choose Makeda on the caveat that she gets the right selections for her attempts, like just the right selections for her attempts. If not, it could literally be the case where Charlotte will capitalize on that and she'll take second place. But I'll keep Makeda as my second, and Charlotte as third. But the thing about this placing list, right? Because there's a lot of like potentialities here. Melissa Hexter is what in the nomination is only 10 kilos off, and like you said, she's still filling up the 63s. She's a bench queen. Like she could easily make up the the discrepancy between third and where she's at right now on fourth nomination. Other people on the list, I feel as though needs a bit more of a heads up in terms of like where the potential is people like Elspeth McLeod and Jenny Wong, sorry. Like Jenny, like she just did her first like pretty much meet. uh Definitely easy attempts there, way more in the tank. She's being coached out by London's very own Paul Marsh, so God knows what her potential could be. It could be in like the mid 400s or even more. And with Elspeth, she's one of those very much affected by the bench death rule. Like she was posting about it on her socials, on her Instagrams, and like how she's gonna get. So it's gonna be very interesting how she's gonna fare because her bench was something to be reckoned with prior to the rule change. But yeah, so 1, 2, 3, Joy, Makeda, and Charlotte. So that's my picks there.
Just to add a comment there on what I said, I know this will come and bite me. I just realized Suzanne Daniel, she's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
She's nominated second last. That 350 she did, I was there at Bethnal Green. She only took 3 attempts. One bench, one squat, one deadlift.
Openers only, yeah?
Yeah. So
okay.
Suzanne was one of the strongest back then, one of the strongest junior we had in the UK. She had a couple of injuries a couple of years ago. That's why we didn't see her on the scene. And now she's back. And to be fair, in that top 3, I wouldn't be surprised if I see Suzanne there literally challenging for that second spot after Joy. I would not be surprised because she's so strong. And I expect that 650 to be added and another 120, 130 kilo on top of that. I
I
really
mean,
expect that.
yeah, her best ever total as a 63 junior was 420, 420, no, sorry, 430, I believe. Yeah, it says it right here. She got it at the British Juniors in 2019. Obviously, it was COVID till then. Her best subsequent to that was 427 and a half. So yeah, so she's pretty much within the 400 range. Post injury, post everything else, we don't particularly know where she's at, but still, still falling short. She should be like with that, she'll still be like sixth in nominations if she was to put her best numbers in. So yeah.
Could be anyone's then, man. You
Hmm.
literally never know. Could
Yeah.
be anyone's on the day.
I mean, it's kind of like the 57s all over again, like first place is pretty much, if everything all goes relatively smooth, first place is solidified. It's just the second and third to bout for. It could be anyone's game. It makes it really exciting. Like I'm curious to see where a good number of these lifters are going to be, um, especially the Ruth Salu. Like she was a strong like contender in the 57s, and maybe the weight cut for her was just a bit too much. Or she felt as though her potential was being stifled. So yeah, maybe 63 is really where she's going to shine. So yeah, very interesting to see where that goes. And like I said, with the whole Jenny Wong situation, like looking at her training, she's freaking strong. Like, don't sleep on her, that's for sure. Yeah. But yeah,
I
sorry,
wonder.
Espen, what are your picks, bro? On
I
what?
wonder if Joy's gonna end up wearing a belt and sleeves. Do you reckon she ever will?
Uh,
Is there a reason why she doesn't? By the way, obviously I don't know. Joy, you might
I think it's
correct
yeah,
me
just,
wrong.
I think with that is a preference, right? It's a
yeah.
preference. I think I had a chat with her in the past. It's about what she said to me. She was like, "Look, I don't need a belt. I know these are sleeves. I'm doing well. So why do I need them?" And to be honest, if I was on that place, I'll probably do the same. So you know what I mean? I've been lifting without a belt. I've been lifting without sleeves, and I'm still world champion, full-time world champion, multi-time European champion, multiple world record holder. So why do I need a belt on the sleeve?
No, no, of
You
course.
know?
Like her numbers are still crazy. Obviously, she's still world champion stuff, but it just makes you wonder, innit? What if? Like,
Yeah,
imagine. I don't
it's
know.
that what if. To be fair though, I have heard her being asked like live and direct in front of me, like, oh, why don't you, and or how do you just keep lifting without a belt and knee sleeves? And then she literally just goes like, bless her, she's just like, how you warm up without like a knee sleeves and a belt. Well, you just carry on.
Hey,
But
Durans, can you imagine Durans squatting 300 without knee sleeves? Your ashy kneecaps would be absolutely ruined, Durans. Just
I've tried. I've tried. I think the most I've squatted without sleeves and a belt is 275.
oh,
And
mine's the bar.
yeah, it felt like 275. But to be honest, right, in Joy's defense, when I believe this is my opinion, people have they say, right, when the weight is getting that heavy, especially on the squat, sometimes my belt and my sleeves, I don't care about them anymore. I don't think I need them anymore. That's my
mm,
personal point there. When I'm hitting 275 above, I really don't care about belt and sleeve. You can remove them. I was still going to hit the numbers. You
Say no
know,
more. Come British, third
yeah.
attempts.
More than happy, mate.
Anyway,
No third attempt. 300
and
is
we're
not going to
going
be my third attempt. Probably an opener, mate.
and we're going off topic now. Let me see my three. Obviously mine's gonna be Joy, obviously.
Yeah.
Charlotte second, Makita third. That'll be my
oh,
three.
you can keep it as nominations, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, you know what? That was relatively quick and sweet. Yeah, I think we're good to go up to the next class, which is the 69s.
Yeah?
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna kick this off. Oddly enough, almost the same situation as the two prior weight classes. Like we have Annie Nelson nominated first, Tasman Campbell third, second, and then Mo Wickner third. Annie Nelson, she used to be a 63. She dominated the class. There was no one in Britain pretty much beating her. Like 2022, she actually smoked it. Like no one else came close. She got a new British record squat, and British record total and everything. But I'm pretty sure that the move up a weight class was just down to the fact that she feels as though she could benefit way more total wise and just like, I guess, overall. in terms of performance. So she's gone up a weight class. She's 69s. It's not as well on nominations right now. It doesn't look as dominant because there's only a 7 kilo difference between her and Tasnim, who's the second in nomination. Annie with 500, Tasmin, sorry, with 493, and then it's pretty much the rest of the pack from Tasmin onwards, like Moa, Laura Bess, Karen Lai, and Rebecca Stace. Even the 7th and 8th was like Catherine Brennan and Lauren Cassoni. Hopefully I'm saying her names right. Like it's just between so there's Moa with 457 and a half. She may keep that third place, but in terms of like the battles between 4th, 5th, and 6th, it's all like a 5 kilo difference between all of them. Laura Best 425, Karen Lai 425, Rebecca Stays 422.5, Catherine Brennan, Lauren Cassoni is like 420, 422 and a half, and all that stuff. So like it could potentially be like if the person in third somehow has a really really bad day, then those like nominated 4th to like 7th or sorry 8th right now can capitalize on that, like can pretty much make up for whatever the third place nomination Nomoa might do. But that being said, like Annie, Tasman, they have tons of experience between the both of them. Both international lifters. Actually, Moa too. Even she's represented Great Britain, I believe, as a junior in the 63 class. Wicked bench. Uh, but in terms of top 3 picks, I'll obviously Annie Nelson. I'll still keep up there. Tasman second, and then Moa for third.
So nominations basis.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much how it is in nominations.
I'm just looking at the list now, thinking.
While you're looking at it,
you know what? I really want to just like spice things up and say Tasman for first place.
I mean, she could fight for that for sure, for sure.
You know what? I'm gonna go for Tasman first. I'm gonna go Tasman first, Annie Nelson second, and Moa third. It's gonna be for me, man. Just put a little spanner in the works there.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting though, because it could be anyone's really for first and second. And then ideally Moa will probably get third anyways. I can't really see anyone getting her for third.
Okay.
Unless someone's training in the background and not showing anything, and all of a sudden fucking comes out with an absolute killer deadlift or something. But hey, you never know, man.
Yeah, that's true. So what? So Tasman, Annie, and then Moa, yeah.
Yeah, for me, Tasman, Annie, and Moa.
For me, the 69, it's the battle of the Scots, right? They're both Scottish. These girls, literally, I was with them at the Euros. They have got that friendship, that Scottish friendship that like whoever win, they will be happy for each other, right? So at the Euros, literally,
Were they?
Taz, yeah, at the Euro. Sorry, mate. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Sorry, my Zoom just went nuts on me. Anyway, at the Euros, literally, Taz was this close of beating Annie. At one point, even Annie thought Taz as beer to third spot. Yeah, I think here the battle will be really, really interesting to see. But again, I think Annie was just clinch this over Taz. The only reason I'm saying that is because Annie's squats is almost unlimited at the moment. The way things are going for her squat is just mad. So unless Taz comes in with that 220 kilo deadlift that she missed at Europeans, if she has that 220 kilo deadlift, then we're talking here. Then we're talking about probably winning it. But if that 220 is not there, I'll give it to Annie to go first. Tasman to go second. My third, right? Look, when I looked because when I did my research first, I didn't know more was on the list until I found out on Sunday. But I changed a little bit in terms of like who my third was originally. So I'll go for my third just because she has got that bigger deadlift than Karen, which is I put my original third. But Karen, I put Karen in fourth, Mora's third because of the deadlift. She has the biggest deadlift, and bench as well. She's pushing. She has pushed more than Karen in the comp, unless Karen has got something in the sleeve to put that 105 plus. But she's doing the British bench as well in the next few weeks.
Yeah,
So
true.
we'll probably see it.
The thing about the Moa and Karen sort of situation, they both got a wicked bench, but we've yet to see how they fare with the new rules. And on top of that, I just wanted to mention real quick, like I know right now Annie is nominated as 500. She got the 500 at Arnold's. That's what she put down. Home nations for Tasman with 493. But the criteria that the GB head coach Henry Tosh put up is 505 for the 69s. So in terms of who will hit that, Annie, I'm pretty confident she will. Tasman too, I reckon. But how much over? Like how much over 505? That is the question. Like will both be like substantially over or just getting it? That's the real question for me. Because obviously, one of the like one of the desires to do nationals like this is to be selected for internationals, right? And obviously that's to fulfill the criteria. That's pretty much the optimal outcome. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, if we just got in that, we go for the last comp, right? It's just if we just go with the last comp meet and numbers. I know Taz hit 493 at the home nation, but she could have hit 500 with that 212 deadlift. Bear in mind, she only did that home nation literally a week after the Euros. 1 week, guys. After that's nuts.
That's mad.
For someone to go from 487 and a half to 493, basically get her best total a week after doing an international, which is madness. So if she, again, as I said, if she has that 220 in her or 220 plus, I can't see why not she can't hit 510. I can't see that. I can't see why not. 510 could be there. And with Annie, again, I think Annie's she's eyeing that for a 505, but she's gonna hit way more than that.
Yeah. But what about the rest though? Do you reckon like Moa? Like I'm not gonna lie, like she hasn't been posting much for training. This seems to be the trend nowadays. Like not a lot of people are posting training. It's a bit.
There's a lot of new trends now that people are doing, man.
I think I don't know who brought these culture into powerlifting where people don't post their training because they're saving or they're hiding. At the end of the this is what I'm taking for it, right? I know people have got their opinion about this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to hide my deadlift or hide my squat or hide my bench. At the end of the day, on the day, the strongest win. It doesn't matter what your top end is. If that day the other person is stronger than you, there's nothing you can do about it, right? I know all these mind games, playing all that crap. I just dislike it. Well, I don't like it. But again, as I said to you guys, you see a lot of these people who post the top.
But I mean, I get what you're saying, but honestly, believe it or not, man, like these mind games work. Like, I've seen it firsthand. Joey, I don't want to get too much into detail, yeah, but these mind games do work, man. Honestly, like posting little snippets or, just lying and saying, oh, I hit this weight for a set of 3, or just posting like a weight, but only doing 1 rep, but people are guessing. Like, it's a mind fuck. Believe it or not, it is a mind fuck. And going into the competition, that's the thing.
I don't want us to get out of it to literally deviate here.
I don't want to go off topic, but like, it does work.
It is upsetting not seeing people posting their thing, but again, as you said, it works for some. Probably that's why they're using or utilizing it. But come on, for the British, why would I do that, man? Come on, if you're not strong enough, just don't come.
The new one that people are starting to do is I'm racking the bar, and as they're about to descend, the video just cuts. That's the new one. Everyone's doing it.
Name. Have you seen someone doing it? Should we throw some names?
I know. Feel free, man. I've seen a few people do it.
I haven't. That's what I'm saying. Can you give me a name so I can go and check?
Nah, I'll tell you off camera, man. I'll tell you after.
Cool. But again, Joey, to your question there in terms of the rest of the pack, yes. Moa, I know she was injured. She's just getting back, and we'll see her pushing into that potentially that 480 480, I think is not far or is not hard for her to hit if everything goes to plan. Because when someone is coming from injury, you expect things like that. And a lot of these ladies as well, you see in this 69 class, they just moved from the 63s. So we expect a lot of hits here. We expect a lot of fights. One of the things I like about the 63, just like the 57 we did the other day, is every single individual has a battle.
Yeah.
Right. I know I've said this on our previous we did, and people are DMing saying, "Oh my God, you actually talking about the battle over the last person." But even in the 63, watch the last two. Watch Ellie and Emma. Do you know what I mean? So
You know
that's
what?
2.5
Now,
kilo.
I was just thinking back to what you said there, like in terms of like battles and people going up a weight class and filling out. I may change my picks to 63s, just because I know that there's individuals that have yet to fill out 63s itself. That isn't Melissa Hexter and Ruth Salu, and that's I know I've mentioned already, but like there's the one that Paul Marsh is coaching, Jenny Wong. Like she's posting up her body weight. She's literally just on like very low 60 kilos initially, only working her way up. She's only getting stronger. She's making every kilo like of body weight count into increasing her numbers. So I might even spice up and say her for third, and then Makita for second.
Okay.
But do we stick what we said before? Or we can change.
I just changed mine now, so you could do whatever you want, bro.
Let me just change it now.
But you know what,
Jeez.
the thing is, out of all the weight classes, I think this is the only one I'll change. I'm pretty much fixated on the ones before and the ones
I'm
after.
sticking, man. I'm gonna stick.
I'm sticking. I want them to prove me wrong, especially Suzanne there. Suzanne Daniel, she's there. So Susie, if you're listening, prove me wrong. Why didn't I pick you top 3? So come for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is an interesting one, to be fair. In the 69, to me, going back to it, it's just again every single weight class this year, the British, I think so far up to the 69 we've done, I believe there's a battle in every single place here, every single nomination. People just can't come in thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm nominated 8th, or probably finish 8th or 9th, no, or 10. No, you might end up being last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, literally, it can happen.
But it seems to me like the trend now, from I think 69 onwards. I know, we've yet to cover the later weight class, but there's the criteria that Henry Tosh put up that they've yet to meet. Like in the 63s, 57s, and 52s, there are like people that are like, yeah, they're hitting it already.
Cool.
Are we good to cover 76 lads? Are we good for time? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, cool. You know what? Durance, let's go, bro. 76ers.
Oh yeah, the 76ers again. I know there's the 76 in the world that people are talking about. The top 376, they will probably be in Sheffield. You will have Jess, Agatha, and Carlina going for it. But again, the 76 is a weight class where pretty much in every single country is becoming really hard, is becoming really, really stacked. That's why probably at world level, that's why it's so amazing to watch. So even in Britain here, I know Sophia probably she's gonna walk through it in terms of like if you look at the nominations, 18 kilos on top of Susie. But Suzanne did not compete. She didn't compete at the Euros. She was injured. I take it, but she did the World Championship with a 5'10". But again, if she did the Euros a fully fit Suzanne, I see her going head to head with Sophia and potentially winning it if she can have a deadlift. Do you know what I mean? Because
while you're doing this, though, I know you're gonna give us your picks and everything else and reasoning, but I just want to point out that Henry Tosh put up the criteria for selection for internationals as 530, which no one has, not even number one nomination has gotten. So
it's not 5'10".
No, it's 530 now, bro. Just double check
I
it.
thought 70. I thought
Oh no, sorry, yeah, no,
I
sorry.
thought 70.
I stand corrected. It's
Yeah,
510. It's 510. Yeah, sorry.
yeah,
So
it's
only two people
510.
have
So
hit. Only
yeah,
two people have hit. Sorry.
yeah. So I can see that Sophia hitting that easily. In terms of, like, when I said easily, it's because she has the strength for that. So
Mm-hmm.
in this weight class, again, it's about so yeah. To me, Sophia is gonna win this, right? But how much? It's just about how much. I'm not going to the British not knowing Sophia is gonna win it. I'm going to the British knowing Sophia is gonna win this. But I'm going to the British to watch it, see how much she can post,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is she ready for that 250 plus deadlift? Because she put 240 at the Europeans. She has got a European record deadlift
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
76. So is she ready for 250 deadlift? So whether she's ready for it or whether she's going to load it, that's what we have to probably. That's the excitement. That's where the excitement is. To wait and see if she's gonna load it. And then, to be honest, I would probably say, Sophia, if you're listening to this, load the damn shit, man. Please don't make us wait for it for a Malta. Just load the damn shit, thing. So yeah, 250 or all. I expect that. Suzanne, she's coming back. She's
250
she's
deadlift,
fit.
man.
Yeah,
Joey,
yeah,
man.
she's good. She's good for
Must
it.
be nice,
She's
isn't
good
it?
for it.
Yeah, it must be nice, you know. It must be. But you
Oh
know, while
shit.
while we're still on the topic of Sophia Ellis, you know, I get that she was in Sweden going through like the technical rules about the new bench depth rules, so she's very much aware. From what I've seen so far in training, it hasn't affected her numbers too direly. So obviously, in hopes that she maintains that, then yeah, she like you said, she's good for that first place.
But again,
Yeah.
right, on the bench rule, if you want to talk about the bench rule, Sophia, right, let's go back about what Espin said in the other preview. It's all depend on what the other ref is seeing. Do you know what I mean? Me and you, again, I can sit here and say Sophia is not going to be affected to these bench rules. But what type of refereeing are we going to get at the British?
Yeah,
That's what we
that's very
said.
true.
That's the question mark
Yeah.
is. So again, at the same time, I'm sure her and Paul will be sensible. They her attempt anywhere in the bench press. I don't think they will go all harm if anything is going to affect her bench or whatever, right? I think that's what I believe. Even if she goes conservative bench, she still has enough to win. And Suzanne, she's coming back. I just don't know what Susie we're gonna get. Are we gonna get the British 2022 Susie, or are we gonna get a broken Susie, or are we gonna get a fully firing Susie? Because she's one of the most jacked lifts we have in Britain. Guys, you should meet Susie first. Susie gonna put you to shame, believe me. So I'll get Susie as my second, and my third, right, between Sherry and Emily. So
Mm-hmm.
first, I had Sherry as my third, but
Mm-hmm.
I know Sherry is doing equipped,
Yeah.
right? So as soon as I figure out that she's doing equipped, the equipped takes a lot out of you. So how much Sherry will have left for the British, I have no idea. So I switched my picks. So I put Emily as a third. Great squatter, this girl. This girl can squat for days.
Mm-hmm.
So even if Susie doesn't bring herself, as I said, that Jack Susie if doesn't come, we give Penelope Susie like Espin. That mean Emily's getting that second. And and Sherry's gonna get a fourth just because Sherry's doing the equipped. So equipped take a lot out of you.
You know what? You say that, yeah, but I wouldn't sleep on equipped lifters, bro, because they're used to having X amount of load. I know in classic powerlifting, they're not gonna have this of
Yeah, they're
like
used
a
to having it on your back, but
yeah,
they're not used to coming back up once they
yeah,
put the
yeah, yeah.
sleeves on.
It's
It's
true.
different, man. It's
It's
very
true.
different.
I mean, it could either work, you know, one or two ways. You know, like it could benefit them more, or it could pretty much hinder them when they move to classic. So when it comes to like Sherry Miles, I'll actually say the opposite of what Julian said. I know we picked Sophia's first. I think we're all in agreement of that. When it comes to second and third, it's gonna be between Sherry and Emily for me actually, because just on the fact that you mentioned that, you know, she was injured. I don't know if this injury has, you know, lasted her to now. Like she hasn't posted much of a prep, I don't think, from what I've seen anyway. But Emily Bennett and Sherry Miles, you know what? Just to spice it, I'll put Sherry as second, and then Emily as third. Uh, That being said, obviously I'm not like 100% about all. Like Susie could like has all the power to her to like prove me wrong, pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much my picks for 76ers. But I just want to give a quick shout out to Naomi Pennant. Saw her perform at the qualifier last November. She was amazing puller. So yeah, give quick shout out to her. But yeah.
Jorans, your picks?
I did my pick. I said
Your
Sophia
picks?
first. Yeah, I said Sophia first. Emily will come Suzanne second. Emily will come third.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mine's gonna be Sophia first, Susanna second, and then I'm gonna say Sherry pulls for that third place. Pull that third.
What?
She's got
Okay, the thing is, okay, I'll give my reasoning for why Sherry is up there for me. Yeah, it's because, like, she, I think we all follow her. I know, I know, I
yeah.
do. I know, yeah. So, she's had this ongoing thing with like, where she's always been training with like pain or even competing with pain, and it's
Yeah.
only lately that she's managed to like train without as much pain or none at all, especially on deadlifts. So, like, if that trend continues, then that just means that she has every like opportunity to like progress further. That's why I sort of give her like that benefit over the others, because the potentiality is there, the strength is there. It's just whether she wants it bad enough to be in that top two, top three, and then obviously later down the years, like take the dub like from Sophia. Although I know she's not going to make it easy, but because Sophia's she's been at the top for a while now in the 76s, and it's only down to others or her to either maintain it, keep the status quo, or change it all up for everyone else. But yeah, that's why my reasoning behind or putting Sherry up a bit higher compared to others.
Just a comment on that. Just one more comment from me is, so far up to the 76, that's where from the 47 all the way to the 76, that's where probably we're gonna get the best lifter in Britain are the ladies. So no offense to the other two weight class that we got left, but reality of things, the thing like these IPF points, they do favor the lighter lifters, especially the likes of Bobby Butter, Joy and Sophia. So again, I think going into this, people like Bobby, Joy, and Sophia is not just about winning the British. They have the British title to go for, which is, yes, legendary, and also potentially the best lifter trophy. So that's where we're going to see that push from these ladies is going to come from. Right?
And I would say international selection too.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. The international, I mean, the only reason I'm saying that, only reason I say this is I have so much faith about these ladies easily hitting those international numbers easily. They're 5'10" from the 76. They are, I think, what is it, 480 for 63?
Yeah.
69 and 57. These ladies will hit that easily any day.
For 69.
Yeah, these ladies will hit that any day easily. But it's just about how much would they push it for that best lifter, for that higher IPF point. Because at the moment, like Bobby has proven that she came third, I think second at the Europeans with that, winning second best lifter. And Joy, every time she's on the platform, she always win it. And so it's just about how much would they push. That's where I'm really excited in terms of like, and plus is on the home soil for these ladies to just push themselves to the limit.
I think to sum up pretty much what we've discussed so far with these three weight classes is that it's kind of mad that first pick for first placing is pretty much fixated, like with Joy, with Annie, with Sophia. It's just hopefully later down the years, what I kind of hope for is that there's a bit more of a battle for first place as opposed to just who is gonna get second or third. That's the only thing that I want to sum this up with these free weight classes we've just discussed so far. I mean, it's pretty much the same story for the 57s as well, with like Bobby Butters there, Um, so yeah, I'm hoping a bit more of a challenge. Like, at least like we've discussed so far, like in the men's, there's a bit more of a chance for someone to like either excel really well or flop really hard. So therefore, it's first place is still for the taking pretty much.
Do you
But yeah,
think? Do you think these new bench rules, right? This is goes for all classes, right? I got a feeling that because of the new introduction of the new bench rules and stuff, it's going to cause a lot of failed third attempts, and it's going to change a lot of numbers. Because I can imagine, I don't know about YouTube, like for example, because obviously you two are competing, but do you reckon there's going to be a lot of lifters there that are going to like drop their numbers for bench, like their openers, and
person.
then just to see what the refs say, and then
Mhm.
maybe second attempt they might push it a little bit too much where they kind of overshoot, and then third attempt. I mean, there's so much that can happen. I can see honestly this British. I can see that happening a lot with a lot of weight classes.
See
A lot of weight
what
classes.
you just said there to me. I'm gonna have a like a two-part answer because one thing like what you said earlier is like it's gonna be dependent on the referees, man.
So
Like
they're going to change a lot throughout the day as well, right? It's not
yeah,
just going to
yeah.
be one.
There's a
Yeah,
rotation and
yeah.
there's a rotor in it. So for what one ref may say is good, another ref might say nah, not good enough. But that being said, though, like the thing of like you said, Durance and I are actually the ones going for it. It's the first nationals in Britain where this new rule is implemented. So we're in a we're in a lucky situation where there's weight classes before us where we actually get to see what the rule what the rules are going to be like saying or
Yeah.
what the refs are going to be saying. Sorry, so obviously with me in 66, I'll be looking at the 59s, be like, I okay, and obviously with Durance, he's probably going to be looking at whatever I fuck up or excel with, and not that he has a problem anyway. And I mean, if you were like headstrong enough about knowing what you're capable of, then you shouldn't worry too tough. I mean, if you're that worried, then boy, I don't think you read the rules properly.
I think the changes in terms of when you said, Espen, when you said about the change of numbers and attempts, yes, I expect that that will happen, right? Especially for newcomers to the nationals. You see, because not all these ladies here are what we've done, not all these ladies, or not even the men, not everybody in this list. We have about over 200 lifters coming in at this British. So
Hmm.
not everyone a seasoned national lifter. Do you know what I mean? Some of them are really new people to the sport. So they will come in, they're a little bit worried about the rules. You see different changes for the attempts and all of that. It will happen. And these big lifters that we've been mentioning here, some of them is it again. I'm not saying they will get everything right because again, you guys said it. It depends what the referees are sees. These people might be affected. You never know. You know, you might see the likes of Melissa Exter, instead of benching 120, she's benching 115. Or Sophia, instead of going for 120 or 125, she's going for 117 and a half just to make sure she get on board. So these
But
things
that's
will
what I mean.
happen.
Yeah. So my question to that, it was kind of like a two-part actually. So let's just say that does happen, right? Where they undershoot on their bench. Now it's like imagine they have a number in their head that they wanted to hit like a total. Now they're gonna have to like overdo it on deadlifts. You know what I mean? And you see
Mm.
where I'm going. So it's
Yeah.
almost like shit.
Yeah,
I've lost 10 kilos on my bench that I should
yeah.
have got. Fuck
So
it.
they have to
Let's just go.
compensate for
And then
what.
they'll overshoot on deadlifts, and then all of a sudden, from a second to third place, they're now dropping to fifth. I can see that
Yeah.
happening a lot. Obviously, I'm not wishing bad luck on anyone, but I'm saying I can see that happening more of a mental thing, man. Unless those
Yeah, it will.
don't really care. I mean, I don't know. I can see that happening a lot, in all honesty. Hopefully, it doesn't,
It
but
will.
it's gonna be interesting, man.
But the thing is
All
that
costs.
we're all hoping the championship runs smoothly and we see a good quality of lift. I
Hmm.
know the venue is not going to be exciting, but at the moment we're just going there for the quality of lifting,
Yeah,
right?
where's
It's
the
not about
venue?
the venue.
It's in
I think
Pilgrim,
it's in.
right?
That's not even a pure gym, isn't it? That's even like what someone's like backyard or something like that. So yeah.
I thought it was in your
So
shed,
yeah,
Durance.
but I mean, probably do a better gym, a better
They'll
room,
be.
bro. But yeah, what I'm saying is like the quality of lifting. We're expecting the quality of lifting to be really, really amazing. So hopefully these benchers don't gonna affect a lot of people. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Only
but
Joey.
Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much sums up the 63s, 69s, and 76s for us. I hope everyone tuned in, listened up to what we had to say. Whatever you disagreed with or agreed with, by all means, give us a shout on the socials. We'll catch you in the next one, and hopefully listen up to the rest of the previews we're going to do for the men's and obviously for the remaining of the ladies.
It's
All
gonna
right,
be
peace out,
fun.
everyone. All right.
Peace out, guys.